Hi there, I'm back. Well, I have 15 minutes, just 15 minutes to tell you about the 15 minutes that did not change my life in the way I expected. If you're new here today, I'm Crystal and this is my channel Dwelling Delightfully, where I dwell in the moment and I share what I'm learning along the way. If you're a returning viewer, I'm so glad you're back today. I like to share what I'm doing and what I'm learning as I go, and this time I did not learn what I expected. I watched a video a while ago about setting aside a small amount of time, anywhere from 5 minutes to 15 minutes every day to accomplish a particular goal. And I thought, you know what? I really need to declutter my house. This is just, I've been working on it for a year and it's out of control. Out of control. Not because I've really gathered so much more stuff, but because I haven't really gotten rid of everything that I wanted to get rid of. And so here I am. I watched this video about how I just want to show you why I'm distracted today in case I get distracted. Here's my partner. Ray and I are dropping my daughter off at the school for her classes, and we have to wait till she comes out, and that's why I'm filming in the car today. If your life is as crazy busy as mine, you will share my pain. Anyway, I have a treat somewhere. There we go. That's my girl. He's so pretty. Okay, where was I? 15 minutes. Yes. So I set aside 15 minutes every day. Or my plan. My plan was to set aside 15 minutes every day to focus on decluttering my house. I started out by getting my planner and making a page in it. My 15-minute decluttering to-do list. I got my favorite washi tape and my colored pens, and I made myself a page. I made sure to write down why I was even doing this. My house is chaotic and feels out of control, but I don't have a lot of time. I do have 15 minutes every day that I can spend on it. And I wrote that down so I could make sure I stayed focused. And I listed out all of the things that I wanted to declutter around the house. Things that I thought would take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. And I was raring to go. I was so excited about being able to make this video for you and telling you how great this worked, and I was just filled with enthusiasm after I watched this other video by this other creator. My friends, reality struck. So here's how it went. Every day I would set aside 15 minutes and I would set a timer and I would get going. Sometimes they only took me 5 minutes, sometimes they took me 15. Some projects I had to have help with, like going through the games cabinet. I had my girls go through and get rid of the games that they thought were too young for them or that they didn't want to keep anymore. And then I went through and chose the ones that I wanted to keep just because I liked them. I only like a few games, so I didn't want to get rid of everything. And then we started a pile of things that we were going to donate. This worked great. I worked on my basement refrigerator. I got it all cleaned out. I took out all of the old meats and looked at them, and the things that were freezer burned, I pitched them. The things that I could still use and that were still good, I made sure I wrote a list of those items so that I knew what I had.
Nope, never gonna eat that. Forgot it was there.
I took everything out, I scrubbed the whole thing out, I put it all back in. It's all nice and organized.
Clean, tidy, and not that much in here now.
And that first project went great. And I was still going strong. So I moved on to some other projects around the house. Things like going through closets and cleaning them out. I went through kitchen cabinets like my Lazy Susan cabinet that goodness knows hasn't been cleaned out in forever. I even went through my recipe folder because there were so many recipes in there that I had printed out and either tried or not tried, or I try to write notes on them about whether I like them or not and how I changed and adapted the recipe. Yes, I still do things the analog way with a paper and pencil because I like to be able to write my notes and I like to be able to flip through, and somehow doing it on a phone or a tablet just doesn't work for me. The list was long. I even went through my upstairs refrigerator and freezer again. Emptied the entire freezer, sorted out what I wanted to keep, the things that I could still use and that were still good. I made sure I wrote a list of those items so that I knew what I had. But I found some things that I needed to freeze and set them aside so that I could use them later before they went bad. You know, I was feeling like I was accomplishing such great things. Things like going through the cabinet in our living room, which somehow has turned into a place to store extra paper towels and Kleenex boxes and all kinds of decorative items. And do you know, there were so many things that I just needed to get rid of. And it didn't even take that long. And I added everything to the pile in the room, which just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which is great, which is awesome. But the problem is that my list isn't finished. Life got in the way. The girls went back to school, sports season started up, things got really hectic and busy and stressful. I hit a period of time where I wasn't in a good place. My husband hit an extremely stressful stretch in his job, and we had no time. And the time that I did have, I didn't want to spend it decluttering. I wanted to spend it in other ways. Things where I would feel so my plan to have this video for you to tell you how setting aside 5 to 15 minutes a day for some project that you want to get done, it was going to be life-changing. It wasn't life-changing for me. In fact, it was kind of discouraging because I watched that video and that person told me that this was going to be a miracle cure, and it wasn't. Yeah, I got some projects done around the house, but my list is only half finished. I didn't even get through the whole list of projects that I had to declutter. And now I have a pile of things just sitting there waiting to go to the Salvation Army or somewhere else as a donation, and I have to now declutter the pile of decluttering. One of the items on my list was to go through the unopened mail and get it taken care of and sorted out. And I did go through it all, and I did get it sorted out. Unfortunately, now I have a huge pile of shredding that needs to be done and a huge pile of filing that needs to be done. In fact, it's been so long since I've been able to work on this that some of the spaces that I decluttered in my 15-minute challenge need to be decluttered again, because stuff just creeps in and gets set down in different places. I wish I could tell you that I had finished everything on my list and that those 15 minutes a day were in fact the miracle cure that I was promised. The problem is, I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that at all. What I can tell you is that I did get some projects done, and I do feel like I was moderately successful in getting some projects done. But I didn't finish my 15 projects, and I'm not able to make a video today telling you that if you set aside 15 minutes a day for decluttering, your life will be changed completely. Because if you're like me, life's gonna get in the way. Things are gonna happen, and it's just not gonna have the effect that you wanted it to have. I guess what I wanna say, I guess what I've learned. What have I learned? I guess what I want to say to you today is that I think this could work. I think that setting aside 15 minutes for something and just dedicating yourself to it for those 15 minutes every day, I think that that really can work. The problem is, whatever you're dedicating yourself to for those 15 minutes has to be something that you are truly invested in and that's really, really important to you. I had mom taxi duties driving girls here and there to classes and projects and things that they were doing, and I had a new puppy that I had to spend time with, and she is not a good declutterer, let me tell you. She just creates more clutter. And for me, decluttering my house went to the bottom of the list compared to things like getting my daughter to basketball practice and basketball games, spending time at her basketball games, celebrating those moments with her, helping my husband deal with the stress of a job that's just insane, bringing my oldest daughter to her college classes and helping her deal with becoming an adult. She's actually ready to register to vote. When did this happen? I need to be there for those moments. I need to prioritize the things in life that are most important. And I came to realize that I do set aside 15 minutes a day for something that's extremely important to me. Those 15 minutes, those are the 15 minutes I spend in my Bible and my prayer journal. And sometimes it's so blessed that it becomes more than 15 minutes. And other days, I'm just thankful that I can get those 15 minutes in. Those are the 15 minutes that change my life. Those are the 15 minutes that give me strength and courage and peace and comfort. Those are the 15 minutes that I dedicate to something that is truly important to me. And if I compare the two things, which is more important, time spent with God or decluttering? It's a tough choice, right? No. Time spent with God wins every time. So I'm going to keep working my way through my 15-minute decluttering list. But I got to tell you, I didn't learn what I thought I was going to learn. Well, I guess I did, because there are 15 minutes that have completely changed my life. It's just not the 15 minutes I spent decluttering. But I'll tell you this. I'm going to keep trying to set aside 15 minutes a day and work on decluttering, because if I don't, I'm never going to get out from under the mountain. Well, my 15 minutes are up, and I have to go and pick my daughter up from class. And Ray really needs a nap. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.